Welcome to Kletus Roadside Service. We're leaving the job site today. It's Tuesday. I didn't record yesterday. I just didn't really get a chance to do anything yesterday. But today we're working on water towers. Well, just one water tower. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I guess they had it repainted and then resealed on the inside, and there's just they need it cleaned before we can uh they can put water in it. So we're getting there cleaned up. She's gonna be good to go here probably Thursday. I know it's only Tuesday, but it's on the schedule till Thursday. So I imagine Thursday will probably be done. Maybe. Today, I guess there was some like a little inside the actual tower. There's a little bit of water left in there and residue from I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on, but there was some nasty shit in there. So we sent up 3 guys. I was the ground guy. I'm a good ground guy, pretty fucking good ground guy. So I just hung out down there. I did end up going up, but not all the way. This is the one that the ladder's on the inside of the water tower. I've been on one that it was on the outside, and I was like, this is not for me. This is not where I should be. And this one, it's not so bad. The first stage is only about, I don't know, 40 feet up or so, and it's at a little bit of an incline. What is going on? Are you kidding me? My fucking window don't go up. My window don't work. Son of a bitch. There's a car fire or something going on over here. Or maybe a house fire. Shit, I don't know. There's definitely a fire going on somewhere. I'm trying to get this fucking window to go up. I put on the child locks. That's a bad idea. I guess we are in a high fire danger area or time right now. A lot of dry grass and shit. It's like we can get rain and we're still in the fire danger. It's kind of weird. Some weird shit going on. So, anyways, we sent some guys up there, and we brought all our shit up there, like a tripod, ropes, cables, equipment, hoses, all kinds of shit. And I did a really good job of hooking it all up for them to hoist up. I did a really good job at that. I don't know. You really feel like a piece of shit because those guys that go up there, they're not having. Oh, it's a field. They're burning a field. I was like, dang, something's on fire. Uh, they're coming down and they're like, yeah, you didn't do anything. And I'm like, I know, I didn't do anything, but what am I supposed to do? You want me to come up there, but then you need something from down here. Guess who's got to just come back down to get it? And then you guys got to meet me with the fucking rope to tow the shit up there. Like, it makes more, there's not even a lot of room up there for 3 fucking guys, or for 4 guys. It's perfect for 3 guys. You got the entrant, the watch, and then another guy for support. And then I'm also support on the ground support. I'm grounds. Major Tom to ground control. That's me. I'm ground control. And they are Major Tom. So, I don't know. Pretty boring day for me. It was, I would hear them. It's echoey as fuck in there, but so anytime they do anything, I can like hear what's going on up there. I can't really hear them talking, but I can hear them banging on shit. And I don't know. I guess let's go back to this weekend because I think the last time I talked to you guys, I was going to. It was, I think it was Friday, and I was thinking about building the swing set, and I ended up doing it. Saturday, went out there with the wife and the kids and the dogs, and we started getting it going. I got most. No, well, no, not most. I got a lot of little shit put together. Like there's a lot of pages of just like build the door, build the window frame, build the frame for this, build the swing set arm, build the monkey bar arm. I got all that shit done, and then it was getting late, so put everything away. And then Saturday morning or Sunday morning, my buddy ended up coming over. Well, it was more like noon, but my buddy Luke came over with his kids and dog. It was awesome. It was fun to have our dogs all sitting around playing, and I got the heat on. Maybe that's one of my problems I got going on here. And we finished it. We got it completely finished, and then we went over to Menards and got some foam brushes and some sort of wood sealant that my buddy picked out. He said that's the good shit. So I said, okay, let's get it. And let the kids go to town with these little foam brushes and everything. Now, I will say the thing is sticky as fuck now. So I guess it won't be sticky forever. It'll quit being sticky, but right now it is. Or it was last night when we went out there, Monday night. But I think he said it takes like three or something days for it to lose the stickiness, the tackiness of it. But I sealed the fuck out of that thing. My buddy, he went around with the bottle sprayer, and sprayed everything and got all these little corners and everything. And then the kids, they did like one area really well. Maybe not even really well, but they did get one area. And then I was going through, and I was mainly, I was doing everything, but I was also focusing on like the end of the boards, because I feel like that's where a lot of water could get, and the rot starts is on the ends. So I wanted to seal the fuck out of those, and like little holes. There's holes all over the place. Well, not all over the place. There's a couple spots where like there's a bolt that's like screwed in sideways or something, and I just sealed the fuck out of it. Anyways, it's done. And it looks great. It's a wonderful swing set. I think I posted it up on the Facebook group. Check it out. I also posted up the picture of my truck with the different tires on it. Nothing special going on there, but I was like, man, I haven't posted a picture of the 92 in a long time, so got that up there. Turns out I'm not selling the car to my stepdad, that he was going to turn around and sell it to his daughter, my stepsister. I don't know. They were like, I brought it over, and he was like, hey, what were you saying? Hail damage. I was like, yeah, it's got a little hail damage. He said, what's going on with that? I'm like, I don't know. It's fucking hail damage. There's nothing going on with that. And I don't know. I guess just the way I described the car, it sounded like a big piece of shit to him. So when I brought it over, I stopped by the car wash. I washed it up. Over the last week or whatever, I went through and vacuumed it out, wiped it all down, carpet cleaned it, made it looking nice and spiffy, cleaned the whole motherfucker out. There's no trace of me left in there. Well, there probably is. I didn't get under the seats all that great, but even the door jams, I washed the engine bay out and everything. I made sure it was topped off on oil, which it was barely low, but I just added a little bit to make sure it was good. And then I don't know why. I don't know what exactly happened, but they decided to back out from the deal, which we never made a deal. He said he was going to have a mechanic look at it. But he decided he doesn't even want a mechanic to look at it. He just doesn't want it anymore. But he was like, wow, you made this thing sound like a piece of junk, but it's actually a really nice car. I'm like, yeah. So why are you backing out of the fucking deal? Jesus. Like, I know I was going to give you a smoking deal on this car, really. I mean, honestly, a 2014 with 100, and it has like 116,000 miles on it. It runs, it drives, it does well, other than air conditioning. And it leaks oil. That's physically, that's what's wrong with it. Is it leaks a little bit of oil and it has no AC. But I guess that's enough to scare them off. I'm like, the $2,000. I don't know where else you're gonna get a better deal than that, but I don't know. They thought that they were, because the timing belt light is scared them off. So I don't know. I think my buddy Luke, he was the one that brought it up to me, and he was just like, "Dude, quit worrying about the timing belt light. Like, does your wife's car have a timing belt light?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Does it have a timing belt?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "So why are you freaking out over this timing belt?" I was like, "Because it's got a light." He's like, "All right, well, fuck the light." He's like, "What makes you think it's gonna go out?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know." You actually make a really good point, Luke. Like, and I tried bringing that up to him. I'm like, I bet your Ford F-150 over there doesn't have a timing belt light, and it's got two timing belts because you got dual overhead cams. And yeah, you don't want those to go out, do you? He ain't really. He ain't too worried about it. I don't know. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, honestly, I really wanted to sell the car to you because I knew that you were going to take it to a mechanic and have anything on it fixed. So then, if anything did go wrong, the blame isn't on me. Because, I mean, the car runs. I drove it to you, runs, drives. This is what it does. This is what's wrong with it. And if they took it to a mechanic and actually had everything addressed and looked at and fixed, then the car would probably last a long time. And if it did end up failing, it's like, well, you had it. Maybe you don't trust your mechanic then anymore. I don't know. But now I'm going to end up selling it to some random guy off Facebook Marketplace. That if it does have any issues, he's like, man, I drove this thing for 2 months and it just blew up. But you've had it for 2 months. Did you put oil in it? Because I told you to put oil in it. No, or I don't know. I just selling it privately and letting somebody have your personal information, and I mean also your address because the title is just, I don't know. It's like it just gives somebody somewhere to go with their anger about the car they just bought. I'm just trying to sell a cheap fucking car. Okay, so I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm just gonna, and I mean, I haven't washed that car in so long. I was shocked also looking at it. I was like, damn, this car looks fucking good. It actually looks pretty fucking good. There's one other than the hail damage. You don't even notice the hail damage unless you're looking at it correctly. But there's one dent, and it's underneath the passenger side mirror. Something flew up on the highway, scratched a little bit of the paint, and put a dent in the door right there under the mirror. And it's a small dent too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just after cleaning it and wiping it out and making it smell not like dust and gravel, I'm like, this is actually a nice car. this is this is a nice car. It's not a bad car. Uh, but I'd really like to get rid of it and just get the bike. That's where I'm at. I want to have the bike and two trucks. Uh, and then my life will be complete and I won't want anything ever again. And that's what I'm going to tell the wife. You know, as soon as I get this bike, I'm going to be like, oh, I really need a go kart or some shit. Like, I have to have this go kart. But hey, if I could sell some free shit that my work is throwing away, I don't see why I can't get a fucking go kart if I want one. The only reason I bring up go-kart is because there's been a lot of them popping up for sale. I don't know, my marketplace has an algorithm. I'm sure yours does too. Mine is full of 90s square body, 90s OBSs and square bodies and go-karts and dune buggies and just like all the coolest fucking shit. And I just have to scroll past it. I'm like, man, those are really good prices on that. I was just like, this isn't good for me. I needed, but no. In all honesty, I want to get the bike. I want to get something that's fun, and not my car. My car is not fun to really drive. I think it'd be a really good car for somebody that wants to learn how to drive manual. Just give them that. Be like, here you go. Um, but I don't really want that car. I don't want it. I got the truck. I got my 90s Silverado. I want to get it cleaned up, get it painted, make it all nice and spiffy, and just keep driving that. Um, in other news, well, not in other news, but also on Marketplace, there's been a lot of engines popping up for sale. 350s, TBI 350s, Vortex, 5.3s, like all kinds of engines. And I'm like, man, you know what? One of these would be kind of cool to strap into this. Not that I think anything's wrong with my engine at all. I'm going to freshen it up. I'm going to do a big tune-up on it here real soon, um, and just make sure everything's good to go. And I mean, shoot, I might feel even more power out of it after that. But I don't know. The engine light had come on, and it still does come on. It's weird. It'll come on if you hit a bump or when you think about it. It's like, man, that engine light isn't on yet. And then all of a sudden it's on. It's like, what the fuck? So I'm hoping that it might just be like an O2 sensor or something. And I can get, or even a coolant temp sensor. I don't know. There's only a few sensors on that truck. It might be a good idea just to replace them all, just to get more accurate readings, probably, because I haven't changed any of those. I think I did change the throttle position sensor, but that also might have been on my other truck. I don't remember. I don't even know if this one has one. It should have one if it's TBI. But yeah, I just want to make it a good truck. It'll last a while. I'm even, I don't know. I didn't write it down. I need to write it down, but I think I want to do exhaust on it, not to make it sound better, to make it sound just quieter, because it's a V6, and I know it sounds okay. Kind of sounds a little mean to me on the inside of the truck. I don't know what it exactly sounds like on the outside. It might sound like, I mean, people that know probably hear V6 the whole time, but I think I'd like to just put a stock muffler, not stock, but just a regular old muffler back on it and just quiet it down. I'm not out here trying to act like I'm a big tough truck or anything. Uh, I want it to look good, and just since it's a V6, stay quiet. Okay? It's a V6. Keep it quiet. Okay? And yeah, I think that's one thing I left off. I'd like to, just take it to a muffler shop maybe, or try my hand at it. We have a welder at the shop. Might as well just give it a shot. So what harm can I really do? Um, just try to get something put on there. I guess I would need a pipe bender or something. I wonder how much an exhaust shop would charge me, but they might say, "Oh, you need a new catalytic converter and this and that and all this other you need new headers." I don't know. I don't know what they could do. They could probably do all kinds of shit. And I'm like, "Hey, it doesn't have any exhaust leaks. It's just got the exhaust missing in one spot." So Don't be trying to sell me a whole fucking exhaust system. I need it from the cat back. That's all I needed. Yeah, now, so my wife wants me to sell the car before I get the bike, and my brother isn't in a hurry to get rid of the bike. So I don't know I don't know. I guess I'll just wait to get the bike. I really want to get the bike now, though. I mean, obviously, I don't want to waste that many riding days. To be honest, what I want to do is when I go up to the DMV to turn in the title paperwork for the car so I can get the fucking title, I want to go ahead and register the bike and get my permit and everything. Get all that taken care of. So I can have the bike is ready to go basically once I get it. My uncle told me I'm going to need to spend probably $150 swapping out springs, front springs and rear spring, just because my brother weighs, I think, 90 something pounds. He's super tall, but he's unimaginably skinny. He's so skinny. So, and my grandpa isn't a heavy man either. He's even lighter now, but I think it would be cool to just get springs that are rated for my weight range, and so I want it to ride nice, and I think that's the best way to do that. What else is going on? Oh, my daughter's birthday. We had a great time. She is just so happy with everything. She got a new bed. We put the bed together. She got the swing set, got that put together. She got a whole bunch of new toys and stuff. We took her out last night. She wanted pizza. Guess what? She did not eat was any pizza. But we took her over to this place called Johnny's Tavern, and it was fucking delicious. They give you the menu, and then they got these other little cards that are like meal of the day or whatever. And it was a shrimp boil, and I was like, I ain't even gonna look at the menu. I just want the shrimp boil. I don't know. I'm not good at peeling shrimp, so it took me forever to eat a pound of fucking shrimp, but um, it was delicious. I actually saved some because I was the kids we had already got their dessert and everything. Like everybody was done, ready to go home, and I still had another full bag of shrimp, and I was like, I'm just gonna take it home because I ain't gonna sit here and make you guys watch me eat this. But it was good. My wife had a chicken sandwich. She said it was good. She was kind of surprised that they had a chicken sandwich. I don't know. It doesn't seem like strange to me, but she's got a specific taste for a chicken sandwich. But she also still enjoys a McChicken, which is it's like I don't really know what's going on here. But my son, he wanted a pretzel. He wanted the big fat pretzel with beer cheese off of the starter menu. And I was like, sure, you can have that, even though that's twice as much as your kids' meal you would get, and you'd probably actually eat your kids' meal. But he just ate he basically licked all the salt and took a couple bites out of a pretzel, and I ended up eating a lot of it too. That beer cheese is so fucking good, but he did not like it. He was not a fan of it. I was like, you're not gonna like it. You should probably get a burger or a slice of pizza. No. And then my wife, she had made a cake. We went home and sang happy birthday at home with the cake and everything, and it was a great time. She is just, I'm so proud of her. She's just such a good daughter. Went outside. I know we just got the swing set, but things are looking pretty good. Did I missed my fucking exit? Where the fuck am I? I'm talking to you guys too goddamn much. I'm over here driving. I'm like, I don't even know where the fuck I am now. Now I gotta go even a longer way back to the shop because the goddamn bridge shut down. I was like, oh, I better get over before I miss my exit. Got over, and I'm like, wait, hold on. Where is the exit? Shit. Shit. That's okay. I can take the 635 or something. Um, Not a whole lot else going on. Worked really. So last time I talked to you, I said, oh, I think I'm going to go home early on Friday. That's not what happened at all. I got back to the shop at like 11. And as soon as I got there, there's one of our ER managers just walking around. He's like, "Hey, are you busy?" I was like, "I just got back. I have no idea what is in store for me today." He's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna call your boss and see if I can have you." I'm like, "What do you need?" He's like, "I need you to run a guzzler over to a car wash. They have two pits that need to be sucked out. It's flooding all over the place." I'm like, "Oh, great. Okay. Sounds like a plan." I'm like, "I'll do whatever you need." So I did. I got Guzzler, went over there, and I was out there. Well, I got off of work. Let's say that. I got off of work at 10:30 at night. So I worked, instead of getting off after 8 hours, I worked 16, which is just great. I'm glad I got the hours. It was nice to get it, but it was like, man, I was gonna go home early, and I got stuck doing this. As usually, I don't know. I'm like, I talk to the ER guys. I'm like, is it always like this? Like every time you go to a job, does it end up being way more than anticipated? They're like, no, no, no. I'm like, all right. Well, every fucking time I go on one of your goddamn jobs, it turns out to be they're like, oh shit, we're gonna have to bring in people from out of state. This is gonna be a 2 week job or some shit. It's like, what the fuck is going? Every one of the jobs, it's like, oh yeah, it's just a little spill. Go over there and it's like it's a big ass ordeal. It's like, what the fuck? How do I always get, lucky enough to get the long? I mean, I need the hours, so I don't want to complain too much, but it's just like, it'd be nice if I came over to help you and it was just a little job. That'd be nice, especially when I was expecting to go home early. But that's what I get for expecting. Um, what else? Oh yeah, well that was the car wash. I guess I can talk about the car wash job a little bit. There's a car wash. They said that their floor drains were overflowing, so they had to shut down because the water wasn't leaving the building. We got there and everything is completely dry and no clog in sight. So I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. We go outside, we open up a couple of manholes outside. They have one manhole for one lane, one manhole for another lane. And then they have a third manhole that the water will seep over the top of a small little baffle wall or whatever inside the tanks. That so like any sediment and shit will get collected in the manholes before it goes out to the city sewer water. So, and the first one wasn't that bad. The second one was fucking, it was like a foot of water and then 7 feet of a full big ass tank. I don't know what size it was, but it was roughly 5,000 gallons worth total. So 2,500 gallons per tank. And one of the tanks, it was all sediment. And it was like, what the fuck? And they were like, oh yeah, can you guys clean that out? I'm like, hold on. And I went over to the ER guy, ER manager that was running the show. I said, "Hey, are are th- do they want us to clean this? Because if this is a cleaning job, we're gonna have to make entry because we cannot get everything from the top of the deal. Plus all the added water that we're going to be using to kind of clean the walls and the floor and everything. We're going to need more than 2 tanks out here. We already had to call the tank company, pay them an emergency response rate to send out the first tank and then also a second tank hours later. Because once we got the first tank emptied out, I was like, we're gonna need another fucking tank. Like, what do you mean it's only half full? I'm like, yeah, well, the roll off trucks that we have will not pick it up if it's over full. So just letting you know, like this job will involve a vac truck and another tank if you want them to move. So do you want to overfill these and try to figure it out later, or do you want to just get another tank now? And I don't know. I talked him out of because they were sending pictures to some lady that was in charge of something. I don't know. Sometimes when a lady's in charge, she just doesn't know anything about anything. I'm like, we're here because the drains were clogged. They're not clogged anymore. Things are flowing okay now. You want us to clean the fucking tanks at 10 o'clock on a Friday? I think not. I think this is something for during the week for the field crew, not the fucking emergency department. I was like, we don't have our pressure washer, we don't have our harnesses, we don't have anything for any of that shit going on right now. And then they did have another transfer pump that was in one of those manholes, the city manhole lid, that was supposed to pump the water into the sewer or whatever, and it was just circulating the whole deal. It wasn't doing shit. It was just circulating because the pump, it picks up from the bottom and it spits out through a pipe that goes to the sewer or whatever, and that pipe was broken or missing. We have no idea. We picked the pump up off the floor, and it's just a pump. It does it has it's just circulating the water. It's not doing anything. So, anyways, that's what I did, and I ran out of hours, so I couldn't drive the guzzler back to the shop. So I ended up just riding with a guy in a box truck back to the shop, and then that's about it. It's a late one. Yep, and then spent Saturday and Sunday building a playhouse and bunk bed or loft bed or whatever. And then I had to wake up. Well, I made it to the Monday meeting yesterday. Let's see, what did I do yesterday? I went out with the crew. Where did we go? Man, where did we go? I went out with a bunch of people. Oh, we went over to the railroad wheel place. And I was like, this is usually a Saturday job, but why are we doing it during the week? This is strange. And during the weekends it sucks because it's the weekend. But during the weekend they have already shut down the machines, so and the furnaces and everything, so things get to cool off a little bit more. Things were not cooled off yesterday when we went out there. Wasn't a big deal. It was actually one of the most enjoyable times I've ever had there because there wasn't a lot. There wasn't much to do, but it took a long time. So we did all that and got the fuck out of there. We actually didn't have any supervisors on that job because this one supervisor was supposed to be in charge of it called in. So it was just a bunch of field guys. But turns out we all got along well and got the job done. Nothing too crazy. I did have the guy that was trying to be in charge of it. I haven't had any like major run-ins with him, but I've been upset with him a few times. But I just usually just keep my mouth shut. I'm like, it's not worth fucking fighting with somebody, thinking that my way's better and he thinks his way's better, even though obviously my way's always better. But whatever. But no, when not any major run-ins with him. Everything worked out all right. Usually, this guy, I think he wants to become a manager really bad, and so he's always trying to, you know, show a good job to become a manager, which is what you should do. But it's really like, hey, you're no better than the rest of us, and some of us have fucking worked here longer than you, so settle the fuck down. But everything went all right. We did okay. He did get mad at me a little bit for. He's like, "Did I tell you guys to break down yet?" Because we were like done. We finished all 5 things that we were supposed to do, and we were done. Everybody was getting out and going to the truck, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna start fucking cutting up hose and taking it to the truck, throwing it in the trailer." And as soon as I walk around that corner with a piece of hose, he sees me. He's like, "Did I tell you to break down?" I was like, "No, you didn't, but you told us we were done, so what the fuck is the difference?" Well, I guess we can break down. I'm like, "Yeah, shut your fucking mouth." But no, it was actually a pretty good time. Um, and I haven't had a shave either. I'm doing really good on not shaving. They tried to get me. They really tried to get me, but no shaving for me. The fucking cinnamon rolls saved my beard because the guy that was running that job that wanted me to shave, he's like, "All right, well, you better be shaved tomorrow." I'm like, "All right, I will." And then on my way back to the shop, I saw that my schedule had changed. And I go inside and I look at the whiteboard, and my schedule definitely had changed. And I was like, "All right." And I go home, and then that night he's like, "Hey, be here at whatever time and be shaved." I was like, "I'm not going with you." So what do you mean? Who's going with me? I'm like, "I don't fucking know who's going with you, but it ain't me. Me and my beard ain't getting shaved, okay? Not doing it. Not now." So luckily, I still have a little bit of a beard. But I still look like a fucking goober. But at least I don't look like a real fucking goober with no fucking beard at all. Um, yeah, and that's really about it. I got plans on shit that I'd like to do at home if I ever get to go home and not have a bunch of other things going on. But it seems like that's the way it's going to be. I'm going to have to end up I in order for me to get the things that I want done, I'm gonna have to piss off some of my family. Okay, like I ain't doing this. I ain't. They want me to run out and play on the jungle gym. I'll do it for a little bit, but hey, there's shit I gotta do out front that I need to get done. So and if I don't, I mean, there's always time to do it later, right? But it's like, man, it is nice when I'm able to just do some of the things that I'd like to do. It kind of sounds like I'm blaming my kids right now. Maybe I am. Nah, just kidding. I ain't blaming my kids. I love my kids. I want them to want to come out front and work on my truck with me. But every time they come out front to work with me, they end up running around, doing everything else. And then they're like, "Can we go inside?" And it's like, well, actually, no, we can't go inside because your mama wants to do what she wants to do, which is sit in silence for a little bit, which is understandable. And now I got you kids outside to help me do what I want to do. And so she can be inside in silence. No, you cannot go inside because I'll send you inside. And then the mom was going to be mad at me more than normal. But it's just, it's the way life is. Is this for everybody? Is this how it is for everybody else? I don't know. But it would be really cool to have like a full day to just fuck around in the garage. That would be ideal. And I just don't know when that's going to happen. Because there's a lot of shit I got to get done. This looks like my brother's truck. It's got a Colorado tag, but so it shouldn't be him. But that would be funny as fuck if it was him. It's not him. It was a black guy. Yeah. Ah, shit. We got an accident up ahead. I'm still picking black boogers out of my nose from that railroad wheel place. It's hard to get it all out. Yeah, and so for tomorrow, I'm coming back out here. Going to be the ground guy again, which I'm gonna need to be. It's gonna be more important for me to be the ground guy tomorrow because I'm gonna be running the pressure washer. I'm gonna turn it on when they tell me to turn it on. I gotta turn it off when they tell me to turn it off. I gotta send up other little equipment here and there. I think tomorrow's gonna be. I'm gonna feel better about tomorrow. And I talked to the guys because they're up there. I'd probably be doing the same thing. Motherfuckers just down there sitting, not doing shit. Well, there's got to be somebody down there sitting, not doing shit. Okay, That's every time they've done water towers. It makes no sense to have every single person all the way up at the top. So there's got to be somebody down there, and I'm using a little bit of an excuse that I'm scared of heights to not go up there, which I am. And even I didn't even want to admit that I was scared of heights. Like I will go up there, but I am not comfortable at all. Like I'm not good up there because they're not just going up the tube inside. They are going out into the top, like out on the fucking round top of this fucking thing. And I don't want to be. I don't want to be up there. There's no reason for me to be up there. There's nothing good about it. There's a 4-car pileup. So I told them that I'd bring them lunch tomorrow. I said I'm going to bring sandwich fixins. So I'm going to bring 2 coolers. One for me down below. I might just go ahead and make my sandwiches and then I'll send up the fixins so that the guys up there can have some sandwiches. Because they're going to get hungry. And I said, all right, listen, I'm going to be down here all day tomorrow. I'm going to bring you guys lunch though. And I'm going to bring it in a nice little cooler. I'm going to bring good shit so you guys can have it up there and eat. Okay? And they all agreed. They said, all right, that's better than not having lunch, I guess. Because today they didn't get lunch. It's almost 4 o'clock, and they were up there since 9, and they had just come down probably 30 minutes before I started this podcast. So they were up there for a long fucking time. All right, here we are. Finally got out of the traffic. And I'm just so excited that I got to sit through all this traffic just to turn around and hit more traffic to go fucking home. Wish I could have taken this truck home. That'd have been nice. I'm in a work truck at F-250. Would have been nice if I could have just taken this motherfucker home because I'm going to take it out there tomorrow. But I think I need to grab another barrel. I'm going to grab another 55-gallon drum because we got all that. I don't know. There's not. I guess 100 gallons sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. Not too much of just like sludge and nasty shit that didn't drain out of the water tower. And then we have bleach water, disinfected equipment that we sent up today. So whenever we send our guy in there, and he's going in there on a wire, okay? He's going in there on his harness. They're going to lower him down about, 3/4 of the way down, and then he's going to spray, and then they're going to raise him up a quarter, and then he's going to spray, and then raise him up a quarter, then he's going to spray, and then raise him up to the top, and then he's going to spray, and then, well, we got to clean it first. So we're going to start off with just cleaning everything, and then we're going to run through with bleach water, and that's going to make this water tower nice and clean. And I don't know how much water they run through it, or how many cycles of water they run through it before it starts going to the city, but the amount of bleach we're using versus a water tower, I think we have 2 jugs. So 2 jugs of bleach versus the entire fucking water tower. And it's already diluted bleach. It's just diluted way more. So, and most of that's going to be drained out also on top of that. So, but that's the way we've always cleaned the water towers, and no complaints so far. There actually was a complaint last time, and it wasn't the water tower. It was just like a lady. She's like, we had our power washer out in the parking lot at a park, because there was a water tower there. And she's like, "That's really noisy." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Can you turn it off?" I was like, "No, we're using it right now." "Well, it's really noisy. You need to turn that power washer off." I'm like, "No, we're not turning it off." She's like, "Well, fine then," and she walked off. That was about it. It wasn't too exciting, but it was like, I got some fucking bitch over here talking about quit working. It's like, shut the fuck up, get out of here. Get out of here, old lady. Fuck. I'm trying to work here. This is your water. This is your water tower. You want your water faster? You ain't getting it till this motherfucker's clean. Sorry you decided to walk your dog today. I know it's noisy. Go away. Let's keep you away from me. My voice is it's just about back. I think it's right at normal, just about. But I I I still have like a cough. There's a guy in a Dodge Charger just showing off in his Charger that's missing a rear bumper, and it's got a fucked up front bumper. Man, the reputation of Dodge Chargers has just gone down in the drain. Like, I don't know. Every time I see a Dodge Charger, just like, what? How dare you get one of those? They just scream, "I do donuts in the middle of the road." And most people, they're just good people. They just wanted an affordable 4-door vehicle. It just happens to be rear-wheel drive with a V8. They're too easy to steal. They're stolen a lot. Like, it's insane how they steal them. My brother wants to get a Challenger, and those are right up there with it. And it's just like, come on. Well, I don't know what you can get it, but figure out some precautions to interrupt them at least whenever they're trying to steal your fucking car. Because right now they just gotta like reach up under the bumper and then jimmy the lock, and they can like have those things. I've seen videos of them. They can steal those things so fast because there's a certain method that they do, and it's like, I'm pretty sure like just moving the battery to the trunk, which is there's something there. I mean, you got to do some. You got to do a lot to do it, but something as simple as just moving the battery to the trunk can really interrupt. Like they'll be confused as fuck on like how to fucking steal it if the battery isn't where it's supposed to be. Oh, now we got dirt bikes and a four-wheeler that just came off the highway. Oh, doing wheelies. They're all wearing their half masks, trying to do wheelies and shit. I was almost in a takeover once. There was hundreds, and when I say hundreds, I mean hundreds of fucking dirt bikes, mopeds, scooters, four-wheelers and shit. Hundreds of them that took over the highway over kind of near my house actually. But they were all taking an exit, and I was just like, oh shit. I was waiting for them to do a U-turn and come back up on the highway. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be in part of this. The kids that are doing these takeover things are not. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember anybody doing shit like that growing up. I mean, the worst we did was knock over a pile of fucking mulch. Yeah. And it wasn't, I wouldn't have even done that. It was the other kid I was with. Jumped up on, he was climbing pallets of mulch behind the hardware store and then, leaned up against it and started kicking the other stack of pallets of mulch and knocked them over. I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. That's too much for me. But they's kids nowadays, they'll get in that big ass group of motorcycles, dirt bikes, cars, street takeovers and shit, and just like they don't give a fuck about anybody or anything. They get street cred if they get hit by a fucking fender of a Dodge Charger or a fucking Infinity. They get fucking yoinked into the next fucking universe, missing their pants and their fucking shoes. And they're like, oh, that's fucking badass. It's like, hey, I actually do. It is enjoyable to watch, but I don't know. Doing donuts into a crowd of people just gets them all excited. In some ways, I just don't understand. Well, anyways, I think I'm about done here. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later. I promise the next episode will have something a little bit more exciting because I know this was pretty fucking boring. It was boring to do too, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to record some stuff. It's been too long. Can't let it down now. Okay. So I'll talk to you again soon. I don't know if I'm gonna even record tomorrow, but if I do, you'll hear me then. If I don't, you won't. Adios. Talk to you later. Bye. Keep all 18 down again.